Hey, what's up? This is Spider Prime 1 back again with another Transformers video review. Alright, this time I'm looking at Transformers Prime Wave 2 Deluxe Class Ratchet. Um, it's an alright vehicle mode. Um, Although if you didn't know anything about Transformers and you didn't know that Ratchet, was always a medic and always turned into an ambulance, would you ever guess that this was an ambulance? Because he's missing the heartbeat logo that he's supposed to have. Although, granted, they couldn't really put it there and then have it be show accurate on the side of his arm when he transforms. And then, I guess you could say this is a siren bar, but it's not really well handled. It's just two little red squares on the top. If anything, it looks more like a utility van than a ambulance. But, for all of us who do know, it is an ambulance. Like I said, just missing the heartbeat. Because he's actually supposed to have like really big forearms, but they end up just being like this panel right here, this big panel big. So they couldn't really do the big ol' heartbeat and then have that big heartbeat sign miniaturized just to the side of the forearm. So I've seen pics of the Arms Micron version where they have the sticker that puts the heartbeat there. But I haven't seen those pictures in a long time, so I don't remember how good of a job it does. I just know that they kind of did their own version of that. But I don't have that version, so. So anyways, Ratchet comes with two accessories. They're his scalpel blades. And you can store them under here like so. There's a slot on that side, on this side of this one, and then on the opposite side of the other one. And then you stick them in here. And then there's a tab right here in the blue plastic, and it fits right into that tab, like so. And also, you can stick them to the front of the van. Have that backwards. Kind of like Wheeljack's attack mode, but shorter. I usually just keep them inside the ambulance. So yeah, that's vehicle mode. It rolls pretty good. So on to robot mode. What we want to do is pull the feet and heel spurs all the way down. You want to come up here. Now this can get a little hard sometimes, a little bit tricky. You want to separate the front half of the ambulance from the back half. And then bring it up. Here, let's split the legs. And there's a lip here that goes underneath the so-called light bar there. You can see it right there. So you have to separate it from this side along these two tabs and then get that lip out from under there. And it can be kind of a challenge at times. Since we're here, let's rotate the feet down real quick. And then we'll take this piece, and then we'll use this tab back here, and it'll go right in here. And then we'll fold out the heel, and there's one leg. we go. So there's his legs. And then for the arms, you want to separate them. Oh, I'm going backwards. You want to bring these panels down. That's right. And then bring the arm down like so. And bring them out. And then fold down the shoulder pad. Flip out the hand. Fold the arm over and around. And then you just take this piece, and I'll pop his head up, and then bring it all the way down, and push it into his back. And there is Transformers Prime Ratchet. Now he has a lot more red on him, and a lot more paint detailing, and he looks way better in this mode. So yeah, robot mode is where this particular figure shines. Because see, like right here, the heartbeat should be right here, but the wheel's in the way. So, yeah. I don't remember how they did. I think they put it on the top of his forearm. But I don't remember. So, he's got pretty good articulation. Ball-jointed shoulder, swivel, bend, wrist bends in for the weapons. He can either hold them like a regular knife, or you fold his hand back in, not all the way, but just a little bit, and then it looks like it's coming out of his arms. Like he does in the cartoon. There's no real other place to store them in robot mode, but I've seen a bunch of other reviewers do this, and it's basically a fan-made holder. But if you take it like this, and you drop it down in here, just like that. If you only do one, he can have his car antenna that he does in the show. But you can do both also. And then give him, like a double antenna or whatever. I like to do that, so he's not always holding them. You could also stick him back in the knees, but then he'd have big old scalpels coming out of him. But no, I really like this this form of Ratchet. He can also turn at the waist, ball jointed hips, swivel hips, double jointed knees, and then his toes and heels can move, mostly due to transformation, but they still move. And then his head is very limited, but he can still turn. He can raise his head just a little bit. And he's got really good light piping. One of the really good ones out of this series. So that's Ratchet. I'm Spider Prime 1. I'll be back again with another Transformers video review. But until then, I'm signing off.